Hey there, and welcome to Real World Tarot, a podcast that aims to remove the smoke and mirrors and bring tarot into real life. Your life. This podcast is hosted by me, Karen of Little Orchid Tarot. I'm a tarot reader, intuitive, and lightworker who works with the tarot every single day on Fiverr.com. I'm excited to explore the energy of the cards with you, particularly how they show up in everyday life, as people, situations, and as energies you might want to embody. Because where magic meets the mundane, that's where real life happens. So let's dive in, shall we? Hey there, and welcome back to Real World Tarot. I'm really excited to be diving into our first card exploration together, and today we're going to be focusing on the Ace of Pentacles. So if you haven't already listened to the previous episode, which is all about the suit of Pentacles, I highly recommend that you start there. The Ace of Pentacles is the golden opportunity card, and anytime we're doing a tarot reading for ourselves or for others, or when we're receiving a reading, it's really important to take a look at all the signs and symbols within that card, because they're going to have a lot to say about what's going on or what's about to manifest in your life as you know it. So why is this card called the golden opportunity card? This is because the Rider-Waite-Smith deck, and in most decks which build upon its format and its symbolism, is going to likely draw your eye towards the large golden coin being offered by a godly looking hand, which is coming out of the clouds. So think about that in terms of the symbolism. Already there's so much to work with. The coin dominates the scene. It's shiny, it's tempting, and it looks like you could just reach out and grab it. But will you? That's the question. Because that is the foundational question of this message or this card. A golden opportunity is being offered, but you must reach out and meet the universe halfway to accept it. Whether that's saying yes to a date or yes to a second job interview or yes to only one college of the 5 you may have been accepted to. There is an action step required in this card, and it will be your free will choice to not only accept, but to nurture the opportunity which you've been granted. Now, the second thing that you may notice in this card is a garden gate. You're going to see this just beyond the coin. It looks like an archway, and there's a path leading inward towards this lush-looking landscape. Anytime we see paths in the tarot, whether it's in this card or in other cards, they indicate that a choice will lead to momentum, a change in circumstance, and ultimately personal growth. The garden scene indicates abundance here, but like any living thing, when you think of a garden, you recognize and realize that it requires patience, dedication, nurturing, and consistent attention to grow. So when you get the Ace of Pentacles in a reading, you can be sure that the decision to accept the opportunity will lead to positive change and abundance, but only if you say yes and show up in a big way to forge the path. In the book Holistic Tarot, An Integrative Approach to Using Tarot, which, by the way, is my hands-down Bible when it comes to the tarot, Annabelle Wen notes that the sky in this card is gray, not blue. When we think of gray skies, we are aware that there may be some rain or some trouble on the horizon. As Annabelle notes, the gray indicates that some stress or burden may be on the horizon. The early gained prosperity is going to have a cost or a sacrifice attached, but you will overcome. I always think of that uncomfortable first week at a new job. You're excited for the new opportunity and, of course, the accompanying paycheck, but it comes with navigating a whole new set of people, new policies, and the new role to learn. And usually, if you're anything like me, that comes with second guessing myself and tears. Anytime we're talking aces, by the way, we're talking about new beginnings. So if you're new to tarot or to readings in general, you may find yourself asking yes or no questions of the cards. I will say that I try and avoid yes or no questions because they remove our free will and introduce the element of destiny or chance, which, by the way, again, one of my unpopular opinions, is more about the action steps you take or don't take, your attitude and your resistance, which will define the outcome versus any sort of destiny-related magic. But I'll definitely do an episode on fortune telling and destiny versus real life very soon. Okay, so the Ace of Pentacles has popped into your spread, and you're wondering what it means for you and your next steps. Let's take a look at this card through the lens of a few questions. In my last episode, we discussed the suit of Pentacles as the element of the material, the tangible, and the physical. Often this comes in the form of money, material goods, and sometimes even as body and health. So when the Ace of Pentacles comes up in a love reading, it can feel a little squirrely. What's gold got to do with this? Well, it actually turns out a lot. Because love, like anything, takes place in real life, in the material world. Like Madonna said, we're living in a material world and we are material girls, well, and boys. When the Ace of Pentacles appears in a love reading, there may be some new or renewed energy or interest from an interested partner. But remember, this is not the Ace of Cups, so we're not getting the dreamy, romantic, gushy new beginning. This is more the hey, I kind of dig you. Let's share an experience and see if we like each other, okay? This could be the offer to go out for a coffee or do something earthy. Maybe you're going to a wine tasting or you're going hiking for the afternoon, or maybe you've been invited to take a shared yoga class together. This could be a friendly gesture that has the potential to lead to something more, but in this moment, maybe it's not deeply romantic yet. So, this is generally a golden opportunity, but also an indication that there is a realistic approach to be taken. That is to say, you gotta show up, be present, do the thing. This is texting back to say you had a great time, and please do not wait those 3 days because seriously, that's stupid, and I hope people have stopped doing that in 2022. You may need to reach out to see that person again and let them know you had a really good time, that you were interested. One golden opportunity tends to lead to another, but remember, once the ball is in your court, you've got to volley it back to the universe. If your person of interest is coming up as an Ace of Pentacles personality, they're likely motivated, hardworking, diligent, an optimist, and an opportunist. This might be at work or in their personal life. They tend to do the work and they expect their partner to as well. However, I do want to say to look to the other cards, as always, for anything shady. Perhaps a Seven of Cups or a Moon card, for example. This could mean someone who is never satisfied, always looking for the next opportunity before they quickly tire and move on. Generally, however, I will say this is a very positive indicator of a person you might want to get to know. Say yes to that golden, outstretched coin and shake the hand behind it. All right, referencing my previous episode again, the intro to the Suit of Pentacles. When we are talking about the career or financial kind of questions and we get the Ace of Pentacles, I really do have to say this is the card that you want to see if you're asking after a new job opportunity or new beginning in finances and financial opportunities. Recall that aces are new beginnings, and the Ace of Pentacles can confirm that a new job opportunity could be manifesting, that if you choose to reach out and grab it, could provide a consistent, reliable, and stable path forward to your career and your finances. I have to say, I perform a lot of career focused readings, and as a reader, I'm usually on the lookout for this card if someone is asking if they'll be hired or if they'll be promoted. Its appearance typically means that an opportunity has roots. However, it can also appear in the form of advice. That is to say, energy in, energy out. I'm going to put out a hypothetical situation here. What if your current job could be just as lucrative and abundant as you desire if you put in some renewed energy? This could be committing to something like a night class or attending a course, asking your manager for more responsibility, or simply setting up a more structured, focused routine for your current workflow. We as silly humans tend to approach the cards with what will happen to me, when really the universe wants to remind us, what are you going to work for? While some opportunities are handed to us, sometimes that hand in the card is representative of our own. What will you do with it, this golden opportunity? Will you plant and nourish? In finance, the appearance of this card can indicate an investment opportunity that could lead to abundance further down the road. This could be a particular stock, the purchase or sale of a house, or purchasing a bond with a guaranteed return. I've even seen it appear when someone has decided to renovate their home and wanted to know, would it be worth the effort? Again, this card is usually a yes for me, but it does often mean work, commitment for the long haul, and really committing to it and sticking to it. Nothing will ever be promised if you lose interest, walk away, or neglect the opportunity. All right, so if you've had a reading with me, you'll know that I'm very bullish when approaching the cards for any health related questions. I'm the host of a podcast called Real World Tarot, so let's get real for a second. Who would you rather to diagnose your health issue? A trained medical professional who's had multiple years of education and experience, or a piece of cardboard with a couple signs and symbols on it? Of course, I'm being glib here, and I have more reverence for the cards than that. They do have a very uncanny way of revealing and showing energy, or I simply wouldn't be here. But when it comes to health, or specifically pregnancy, please pee on the stick and see your doctor before you approach a reader and ask, am I pregnant? We live in 2022 or beyond when you're listening to this, science. The Ace of Pentacles, of course, can represent a seed planted, and this can signify the potential for conception. It can also be a beautiful signifier that the new healthcare routine, whether that's a fitness regime, a fruits and veggie based diet, or your commitment to no screen time before bed, has the potential to pay off big time for your physical and mental well being. Whenever this card appears in a health related question, you're being called to take responsibility for a practical change in your mental or physical health routine. Unless you've recently been in an accident or are healing from a procedure, in that case, this is a wonderful omen for the road to recovery ahead and a confirmation that you know what you need to do to commit to wellness again. If you want a really good way to recall the energy of the Ace of Pentacles, here's a great quote from Thomas Edison. Opportunity is missed by most people because it's dressed in overalls and looks like work. I love Edison as an example of the embodiment of the Ace of Pentacles. This is someone who consistently looked for new opportunities to fill a need that no one had filled before. The Wizard of Manolo Park had over 1,000 US patents to his name by the time he died in 1931. So the next time you wish to embody this energy, consider this. What action can I take? What plan can I set in motion to nurture, grow, and expand my dream? Commit to it, stick to it, and as always, make good choices. So that's it, guys. The Ace of Pentacles. 1 down, 9 more to go. Please join me next week when we explore the 2 of Pentacles. All right, friends, I hope you've enjoyed this episode of Real World Tarot, and most of all, learned something new. If you would like to learn more about me, ask a question for a future episode, or book a reading, you can visit littleorchidtarot.com/podcast. That's littleorchidtarot.com/podcast. And of course, if you're enjoying the podcast, do that thing that helps other people find me. Subscribe and leave a kind review. And remember, the best way to predict the future is to invent it. So take care, be well, and make good choices.